Is Jeffrey Epstein
Okay,
good for
so if I
future
was
search engine
a
optimization
search
on the
engine
internet?
optimization expert or just a person who's getting new into search engine optimization, I would be asking the question, is Jeffrey Epstein good for future search engine optimization? And the answer to that question for me would be no. Here's the reason why. Because it's kind of very similar to presidents, so they're in office for a while. So, I might like to talk about them a little bit, but, as far as evergreen content, it's not something that is going to last or be sustainable. So it's a 4 year, well, it can be an 8 year tentpole trend at times, or something that's sustainable over a period of a decade, but then it's going to end. And so that's something I noticed during, especially for people who make artwork and things like that related to presidents. Yes, it's fun to make the artwork, but you have to keep in mind there's other things that you got to be doing too, other types of content, or you're going to end up, not being in favor with the algorithm. Then the algorithm changes, which the algorithm is the popularity. So a lot of people, I've heard other people say this before. They say, oh, well, they think the algorithm hates them. Well, in a way, it does become true, because if you're an artist of some sort. Now, music people just think the algorithm hates them altogether because they can't get any traction. Now, myself, having dabbled in crochet, I understand that, because it's like it was good at the beginning. But when the big networks come in and the social media gurus and the people who hire people from foreign countries to interfere with United States elections and things like that, or they hire the migrants from, well, they're not migrants in their own country, but they hire them for the purposes of artificially inflating their content here in the United States. Then they're actually creating fake views. Well, that's what we call fake views. And so those are the people who think it's a real job to socially engage on people's videos, where someone has to hire them. And that's through, what is those websites called? I can't even remember what they're called. They come and they go, they change names, the websites do, but they hire people from other countries to make content and to engage on their content, and that's how they get millions and millions of followers. And the networks are doing that. The internet media networks, the multi-channel networks are doing it. So no, Jeffrey Epstein is not good